Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Krazy Quickie. Why do we like quickies?
Because they're short.
They're short, exactly.
I don't remember.
She doesn't remember why we like quickies, but we do. Actually, welcome to Quickies, our Krazy Quickie, sponsored by altplayground.net. Check them out today. There's so many different features. You want to make sure you check out altplayground.net, our proud sponsor of Krazy Quickies. So, we love quickies because, as Miss Amanda so adequately put, they're quick.
Sweet.
They're short and
Aren't
sweet.
they short and sweet?
They are short and sweet. That's it. Yep, absolutely. So this week we bring you important tips that you can use to have do better in the lifestyle. So this week, since party season's starting to go up, Corona's starting to go away, we want to bring a very important topic to you: how to escape and get out of someplace you don't want to be. What do I mean? Why don't you ask what do I mean?
What do you mean, dear Cole?
What I mean is, you're at a house party, or you're getting ready to hook up, you thought you met somebody, and it was like, oh, this is not what we want to be involved with at all. Or maybe you're at a party, and it's like, oh, we got to go. And how do we bow out without being like, look, you people are fucking freaks. We want to get the fuck away from you. How do you get out of it and with saving face and having a great time? I, by the way, do not know how to use my inside voice while I'm doing Krazy Quickies. I just realized that. Anyways, so we've got some tips for you, things that we've used or heard other people. We've never tried to escape a situation. The good ways to get out of an awkward situation.
When we were new, we did.
When we were new, we didn't know any better. Now we're just like, hey, you know what? The best way to get out of a situation, honestly, is just to say, hey, we're not clicking. This really isn't working. But when you're new, sometimes that can be a little hard to do.
Yeah.
You don't want to piss anybody off. So, let's talk about a couple things. Number one, you want to have a game plan ahead of time. Just like how you talk about your rules and everything else, you want to have a plan to escape that you both know. The worst thing you can do is I think the sign is, meaning we want to leave, and she thinks the sign is want to leave, and so I'm over here going, and she's like, what's wrong with your nose? Or she's over here going, and I'm like, what's the matter, Bullwinkle? So you want to make sure that you're on the same page. So if you're going to go with a sign, make sure you've talked about what the sign is ahead of time. We never really used a sign so much. We can tell a lot of eyes with each other because she just looked deep into my eyes. It tells everything.
Kind of hard through sunglasses, isn't it? But if you stare long enough, you will get the hint.
But we never really used a sign. We would, a soft touch a lot of times, something, there's kind of get a feel if it's not comfortable. But we generally, we would kind of do the nonverbal look, which we were fortunate if we'd been together as a couple, married long enough we could do that. Not everybody can do that real smooth. No. Or if one of us is a little drunk, we might not catch those subtle signs.
Or if someone is preoccupied, they don't catch it either.
So sometimes we decided it a little bit better thing. So one thing we always like to use is I always kept my cell phone on me. Mm-hmm. We both always had our cell phones. One, so there was times that you would excuse yourself to go use the bathroom. And I would get a text that was like, abort, 911. So you could easily...
the very first
that was
meeting of somebody.
That was. Obviously, if you're already naked, it's hard to carry a cell phone. But
yeah.
But you shouldn't be naked if you don't want to fuck. But you could take and she would send me a text message because you were in the privacy of the bathroom. You could send me just a real brief message. I could look at it and then
figure out a way to get out.
Kind of work out a way to get out of it from there. A lot of times, the phone was a great way to also. We had to set up. Our kids were older, so our kids knew what we did. So I told them, you may get a 911 text, that if they got a 911, they were to call my cell phone immediately. Which then I'd be like, oh, somebody's sick, we got to go.
One was the car.
Here's the thing. Part of the reason we kept our phone, because we actually did at one time, still had a kid at home, and did legitimately have to go home because we got a phone call.
Right.
But it was kind of a great excuse to be able to use the kids as an option. I kind of look back now and go, I kind of wish we just would have been honest, but some people, we really want to hurt their feelings.
We didn't want to hurt feelings.
The good thing is, just like in kink, step 2 or option 2, have a safe word. Mm-hmm. Have a safe word. Have a phrase. It seems like we kind of tried that for a while, a little bit. Mm-hmm. I can't remember what it was now. It's very hard because now you reach this point where you just literally we will now talk real quick amongst ourselves and be honest, but have a safe word, not something stupid. Your safe word can't be like a cucamonga, because if you're just randomly having a conversation.
We had a friend that if she ordered a certain drink, that meant that it was time to go.
Yes.
So she would turn to her husband and go, you know what I'd really like to have to drink? I'd like to have blah. And then he goes, okay, and he would get up, and then he would come back, and then they would have an exit strategy.
Which was a great plan of attack. This topic sounds like we're kind of being dicks, but we're actually not. It's a very important thing, a way to comfortably be able to excuse yourself. And that was a great way. The drink was a great way. We've had a lot of other people have used the safe word, and usually it's something like baseball or some sort of kids activity or something that was easily to be able to use in a conversation without it seeming just completely bizarre. Like, so you don't want something that's like, again, cucamonga, that everybody's like, what? Nothing. Oh, I think we gotta go. So something that wasn't obvious. The signals, we have had people that have done signals. And I know of one couple that she always carried a purse. And if she randomly picked up her purse to go to the bathroom, then that was their sign. It was time to go. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there could be other challenges. We know of one couple, because it happened, we didn't know them yet. We were at an event with them, and she got up, went into the bathroom, came out, and all of a sudden she had started her period. And that was actually what they used, was like, if they were uncomfortable, she would go to the restroom, come out, and then say that they'd started her period, that they had to go. Which, I don't know. That could be kind of awkward.
Yeah, I like to keep.
Yeah, that's not
cycles out of it.
Bloody.
But we've known a lot of people that have used menstrual cycles to get out of it, and that's just whatever.
Even with all the signs, the best thing to do is just to be honest. We have a lot of fun with the signals, and it is something you should have, especially if you're new. And
Across
if you don't
the room is great.
Yeah, yeah. The thing is if you're new. Really, once you've been doing this for a while, you need to work on developing skills of just being honest and saying, "Hey, you know what? We enjoyed hanging out, but this isn't gonna work." You'll find that goes a long ways, because the next day or a week later, you're not getting an awkward email when you're having to try to explain why you can't hook up or meet up another time.
Right.
Being honest is always the best. But when you're new, until you start to feel comfortable, it's not a bad thing to have a sign or a symbol to make sure you're on the same page. Because the most important thing is nobody should be taking one for the team. Right. Everybody should be on the same page working together, and so that everybody has the most amount of fun. And guys and girls, we kind of laughed and said it's hard to do signs or words if the other side's drinking too much or preoccupied. Don't forget, the number one person you should know what's going on at all time with is the person that you're there with. Talking voice of experience. We've all learned it the hard way. Mm-hmm. So don't make that mistake. See, look at that. We just helped some people. Hey, you know what? Thanks again. This was another Krazy Quickies. Again, thanks to our sponsors, altplayground.net. Check them out today. Get ready to hear another Krazy Quickie soon. Krazy style, out.